This is a part 2 on the Farallon Islands. This time, I'm going out there. Now this year, for our anniversary, Mrs. K found something I've always wanted to do in my life, which she's done this a few times, and that is to go out to these creepy islands. A place the local indigenous, the coastal Miwok of Ohlone people called the Islands of Death. Now this is a photo from Shark Park Road in Pacifica, which on a clear day you can see these islands, or at least I think it's a reflection of the islands. Either way, they're creepy looking and they're awesome. Now she found something called shark stewards, and essentially what you're doing, you're going out to the islands during Sharktober, which is when there's the most amount of great white sharks around the islands. And the reason is elephant seals are weaning their pups and they're actually starting to swim on their own, which is easy pickings for the great whites. Now, the biologist that runs the whole thing's name is David McGuire. He's a professor out of Marin College in Berkeley. Super knowledgeable and really, really friendly. Now, the boat ride's 3 hours out there, so it's pretty cold, but really cool. I got a lot of one-on-one time with the biologist, and he answered all my questions, and he had a lot of knowledge, which I thought was fabulous. On top of it, it was like me, Mrs. K, and him, and we were just talking about stuff. It was great. We obviously talked about the island. We talked about the conservation effort in the area, which obviously this is one of the more protected areas in the world. So there's a lot of life out there, and we got to see a lot of cool animals. This is a journey if you are into whale watching, because there's a ton of whales out there. There's some dolphins. Now, humpback season does kind of go inside in October. So we got really close to humpback whales. And when I say close, I mean close. Now, there was a Canadian on the boat, and she was like, hey, I made eye contact with the whale. And I was like, oh, dude, that sounds sick. I want to do that. Sure enough, I got my chance with this one, and it jumped out of the water right in front of me, and I totally made eye contact with it. Or at least I think I did. It was looking towards me, and I thought I could see his eyes looking at me. Very cool bucket list item right there. Now, as we got closer to the island, one thing you don't realize is how massive the island really is. Its peaks around 400 or 500 feet tall. Now, they do have naturalists on the island, or I should say scientists that are there for 2-week stints, and they are the only ones allowed on the island. Now, we're coming into one side where the seals are, but there's another side too, where the shark attacks mainly take place. This is one of the spots too. A lot of the equipment on the island's from World War II. Now they have solar panels and Wi-Fi. That's where the scientists stay. It's one of the houses there. All that nastiness in the water is a mixture of bird shit and not pollution, but like a concoction of stuff. Now, the area I just showed you was up here at Fisherman's Bay. That's where there's a lot of seals. And what we did was we traveled down through here, and then right there is what we call Shark Alley. So what we did was we traveled to that one little area called Shark Alley, which is coming up right now, which is like right there. And the plan of attack was to drop a submersible in the water, which is right there, and look around, see what you can see, and then he's going to drop a decoy. Now, unlike Shark Week, you can't actually move the decoy around, and the reason is you're skewing the data. I know you see people throwing blood in the water. Now, the reason why you don't want to disturb the natural environment is you're not going to get the best results, and in science, you want to observe what they're doing on their own without any human influence. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to see great white. But to be honest, I wasn't really expecting to. Now, Mrs. K did get an email from David about a week ago, and he apparently found a great white on the footage that he took from that day, which is pretty sick. You can see right there. Overall, I would totally recommend this trip to anyone who wants to go out there. It's only from September to the very first week of November. Now, if you're not really into like boats in the ocean, it's probably not the best journey for you. There were 2 people that were sick, like seasick from this trip. It is a long journey out. It's 3 hours out, 3 hours back. So you're out there all day and then you come back, which I still think was pretty sick. Overall, I'm going to give Mrs. K a 10 out of 10 for selecting a location that I've always wanted to go to and finding a really cool trip to do it. So there you go. Thanks for watching.